So, so we will start from the Sutra number 26 today. But before we do that, let us recapitulate on the verse number 25th, that which we did last time. The verse number 25th of Kaivalya Paad says, Vishesha Darshina, I have included today. Vishesha Darshina Atma Bhav Bhavna Vinivrutti. What it says, that Vishesha Darshina. Vishesh means we all know Vishesh, special. So Vishesh. Darshina means the seer. The seer who has special ability. Vishesh Darshina Atma Bhav. Thinking that I am mind, that feeling gets deleted forever. So Vishesha Darshina means we all think that I am this mind, I am this body, I am this intellect, I am Atul Chokshi. We all think that way and we are established in that knowledge. But a person who has has thought about and advanced in spiritual field now knows that I am not this body, mind, or intellect. And now he is established in Atman. That's what it says. So that is called, such a person is called Vishesha Darshina, special seer, seer. We are all reactors, we react. If something happens, we react immediately. So while the man of knowledge, who is realized soul, he is just observing. He does not react. So, such a Vishesha Darshina, Atma Bhav, Bhavana, Nivrutti. Forever he has deleted that feeling that I am mind, body, intellect. Finished. And he is pure soul, pure consciousness, pure Atman. So that is called Dhyan. So that is a Dhyana Janik Chitta. We saw that before. We all have Vasana Janika Chitta. We all have, our mind is loaded with our desires, our emotions, our realization that I am a body, mind, intellect, I am a ego, individual entity. While so that is Vasana Janik Chitta. The yogi's mind is Dhyana Janik Chitta. So he is just observe. So that sutra says, Vishesha Darshina Atma Bhav Bhavana Nivrutti. So he is eternally free. So that is what is the result of that? What is that results from? It results from Vivek, discrimination, and Vairagya. Vivek and Vairagya. Vivek brings Vairagya. And these two assets means you are a millionaire. So next sutra for play, it says when that happens, means what happens when we are established in a viveka, so that it says. So the verse number 26 says, Tada vivek nimnam. Tada means then. When you have viveka, then tada vivek nimna. Vivek means discrimination. Nimna means mature with it, bend down with that, loaded with that, soaked with that. Tada vivek, with that discrimination, tada vivek nimnam. Nimnam means bend down. Like a ripe mango tree with lot of ripe mangoes becomes quiet and bends down. So the tada vivek nimnam kevalya, what happens? With that kind of mind you get kevalya, means eternal bliss. Tada vivek nimnam kevalya pragbharam. Pragbharam means it gravitates towards. Pragbharam chittam. So there are 7 words here. So, tada vivek nimnam. When that viveka happens, with that asset, you become humble and your mind gravitates towards Kaivalya. You don't have to force it. It gravitates towards Kaivalya. Very powerful sutra. Tada he means definitely for because of that he means not be means ये भी ठीक है वो भी ठीक है no only with this tadahi then only so tadahi vivek nimnam kevalyam prag bharam is gravitates goes towards kevalya. Now we are doing the last five sutras, so we are reaching towards the Mount Everest. So you are going to gravitate towards Kaivalya, means eternal bliss. And and sometimes we think it is only for yogis. No, no, no. It is for everyone, whoever can analyze this, understand, and such a simple English and Sanskrit, then they can understand. And then it is for everyone. It was not meant for only very talented teachers like Shankaracharya ji and others, but for every human being. So, so tadahi vivek nimnam kevalya pragbharam chittam means you get kevalya. Kevalya means only light, only knowledge, only bliss. But where is that? That is in Atman. So such Chit Anand you reach, that is called Kaivalya. Kaivalya means only one thing. Kaivalya is the word for moksha. Kaivalya is word for for ultimate reality, for sat. So Kaivalya is nirvana. So all these words are same. So nirvana, Kaivalya, moksha, ultimate goal, ultimate truth, atma realization, all same thing. So you reach to that Kaivalya. Kaivalya is, just to explain simply, it is simply a light of the projector, bright light. It makes you know the things. It makes the things visible to you. It does not react to anything. So that is a projector's light. We have put a movie running in front of it. That is our mind. And that mind colored with raga, dvesha, abhinivesha and everything, which is studied with the same senses, which brings the information from the world, that makes the whole world realize the way it is. But the yogi who has separated mind, intellect, body, and Atman is now only the light. He sees everything, but he does not react. We see through the mind and we react. Anybody says anything, anybody talks about you, you react. And even without talking, you go to see a friend, and if he doesn't look at you and you are ignored, simply that ignoring you hurts you. He didn't say anything. He didn't react any other way. He just ignored you. Means we are so sensitive to every senses, spoken words and unspoken words. We react means who reacts? Our ego reacts to all these things. Yogi does not react. If somebody gives him respect, that's fine. If somebody puts a chair for him, it's fine. If somebody does not, he does not react. Because it's pure light. He does not react. So you become a pure light. At the moment we are like a disco light. Means our light goes through the colors of the mind which it rotates. So disco light is no good for anything. Disco light you can't read in disco light. In disco light you can just dance and get lost, confused, and get deluded. You cannot study. So instead of a disco light, what our mind makes us, we become a bright light where you know everything now. So that you become self-realize or Atman or non-reactive consciousness, pure consciousness. That is called Kaivalya. So the Kaivalya is very special and very worthwhile to attend to. Why? Because it is the source of Sat, Chit and Anand. Means you are now blissful, peaceful, complete. That is Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudacya. That Purna you are. And nothing you are lacking. So nothing can make you more complete. You are like an ice. You are cold. It cannot be made cooler. So you are totally cool. No, so that is what Atman is. So that's what Kaivalya is. And so that such a yogi doesn't need anything, doesn't want anything, doesn't lack anything. He doesn't have to do anything. That's what Lord Krishna says. Yastu atmaratireva syat atmatruptascha manava atmanev cha santusta tasya karyana vidyate. See that Lord Krishna, he was not just fighting in the middle of war and just telling you Arjuna how to fight or not to fight. He loaded him with the knowledge. So he says, Yastu Atma Rati Reva, the one who is rejoicing. Rati means rejoicing. Yastu Atma Rati Reva, one who is rejoicing in the Atman only. Yastu Atma Rati Reva, Syat Atma Truptascha Mana, one who is contented in Atman. यस्तु आत्मरतिरेव आत्मतृप्तस्य मान आत्मनेव च संतुष्ट tasya karyana vidyate, and he is contented in Atman. So he has nothing left to be done. Means doing anything in the world is optional for him. At the moment, it is not optional for us. We are driven by our desires and other wants and senses and everything. Yogi is not. Yogi does it if he wants to do it. He is not propelled to do anything. He is not compelled to do it anything. So yes, tu atmarevi, atmatruptasya, atmanevacha santusta, tasya karyena vidyate. Then God says, neva tasya krutena artho, na krutena kasyana, na cha sarva bhuteshu kaschidhartha vyapasraya. Same thing, he says, neva tasya krutena artho. He has nothing worth doing it, nor there is nothing worth not doing it. Neva tasya krutena artho na akrutena kasyana. Na cha asya sarva bhuteshu kaschid artha vyapasre. Nor he wants anything from anybody, living and non-living anything. This is complete. He doesn't want a cup of tea from you, know. So that is called yogi. That is called Atma realized that he is free now, and that is called Kaivalya, and that is the benefit of studying these great scripture, and step by step those things do happen to everybody, and you become like one of those great masters like Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, and Bhagavan Raman Mercy and other things. You become a mini part of them. You will never become like that because we are not trying like them, but we can become a miniature of that, which itself is enough, you know. So that is the advantage of this Kaivalya, and Kaivalya is total freedom. Kaivalya is nothing else but total freedom. So your mind is now, instead of a dirty curtain, is a plain curtain. So you are seeing the world, and you are not reacting because you are constantly aware that I am not this body, mind, intellect. This is all happening. This is a moving. Like in a movie, if a house burns, you don't react. You just watch, and the things move further. But in real life you react, and that's why that reaction part from us goes away. So the real world is nothing else but a dream world, but it feels solid, it feels real, senses perceive it, so we think that is real, but it is still not real. And that is what the yogi realizes, and this Jagat is mithya. Brahma Satya Jagat mithya. That's what Acharya Shankaracharya says. Jagat is mithya means temporary truth. It is truth. You eat a sweet, you feel sweet, yeah, and yeah, you eat a bitter food, you feel bitter. So it is temporary truth, but it is not a permanent truth. So that is called mithya. So that's why the term mithya is used. And once you know this, is the something which is so temporary, you are not going to go mad about it. So the great happenings are temporary, bad happenings are temporary. Everything is temporary. Life is temporary. Birth is temporary. Your tomorrow is not certain, so that you are temporary. So you are temporary. Every minute you survive, every minute you can die, and every minute we are dying. So that is the truth of our existence. That's why Sant Kabirji says, Pani kera budbuda. You are like a bubble. Pani kera budbuda. Asmanus ki jaat. देखत में छिप जाएगा जो तारा प्रभात. It's not that 80-year-old man will die. The 40-year-old man can die, 20-year-old can die, 5-year-old baby can die. So that we are all uncertain, and we live in uncertainty. So today is the only reality. Tomorrow is just our projection, and yesterday was all disappeared and past. So the yogi learns how to live in the present. Yogi learns how to live without reaction and as a witness, and he rejoices with the knowledge that is all this transient, which will move and has no meaning. And the only meaning of life is to realize these highest knowledge. And once you get highest knowledge, for such a man, there is no birth and death cycle, because he is not left with any vasanas. So he has no vasanas, which are called subtle body, or a causal body, which is a cause for the new body, and he doesn't have vasana, so there is no causal body. So he's free of a birth death cycle. So he is liberated. That is the science behind it. Simple science, and those who can absorb it, they are the beneficiary. So next verse is 27th verse. Here Maharshi Ji advises that even if you have progressed so much, even if you have spent so much time in studying this, still you are subject to get dragged down in the world. So that's what Sutra number 27, where Maharshi is warning us. Tata chidreshu, tata chidreshu pratyayantrani sanskarbhya. Only three words. Tata chidreshu. Even then, tata means even then, chidreshu means there are lacunae in our understanding. We matured, we tried, and we are studying. We are studying at least for a year, and we are studying so many scriptures for 6 years now. So tata chidreshu means lacunae are still there in our understanding. Tata chidreshu pratyantarani means adverse thoughts will rise up still. Even with this thought, repeatedly we are doing Gita and Upanishads, and still the sanskaras, that is sanskar bhya, means sanskaras means impressions, the occult impressions within our soul, within our character, can rise and come to the surface and drag us down. That is what it says. Tata chidreshu means the lacunae in our understanding. We spoke about this for 10 minutes, but that knowledge can get wiped out by attraction of the world, because we were trained and attracted to those vasanas which are dormant, which can flourish at any time through those holes, those slits in our consciousness, in our deficiency. It's like in winter that you have a nice house, but there are still there are defects in the doors and windows, and the cold air is coming inside. Similarly, in our consciousness, these vasanas, which were for many births, are not destroyed totally. So those vasanas can germinate and come back and drag us towards the worldly things and make us believe that the worldly things are necessary for our happiness. That is how we grew up and trained ourselves for years. So, and those are the vasanas for many years. So that understanding, that desires, that worldly things are necessary for my happiness and joy, that will drag you down and again make you a worldly man from a godly man. So so Mercy ji says that be extremely careful. Tata chidresu pratyantarani means distracting thoughts will drag you down. Distracting thoughts. Tata chidresu pratyantarani sanskar viha, because of your old sanskaras, you are subject to these. Unless you roast them. So that's why Lord Krishna says that Gnan Agni Dagdha Karmanam, destroy them, burn them out with the fire of knowledge. Gnan Agni Dagdha Karmanam Tamahu Pandit Buddha. And Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahansa says it's that you cook it up. Means like a rice, when they are cooked, they can never germinate into new plant. So he says, you cook those rice. Lord Krishna says, you burnt those seeds. But you have to get rid of those sanskaras to be totally free. So that's what this sutra says. And it is extremely important and be aware of these possibilities of coming down to the worldly level. That's why Acharya Shankaracharya ji says in Bhaj Govindam that pratyaharam, that is pranayamam pratyaharam. He says towards the end of Bhaj Govindam, pranayamam pratyaharam nitya nitya vivek vicharam जाप्य समेत समाधि विधानम kurvavadhanam mahadavadhanam. He shows the 5 steps of how to progress, and we all learned that Astanga Yoga. So pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan. That Lord Shankaracharya ji explains. Pranayamam, pratyaharam, nitya, anitya, viveka, vichar along with Japya, Sameta, Samadhi, Vidhanam. Perform Samadhi means progress on these fields, Samadhi. Yeah. Kurva Vadhanam, Mahadavadhanam. Kurva Vadhanam, Avdhanam means do it with care. Kurva Vadhanam, Mahada Avdhanam, with great care, he says 2 times. Do this with care and great care because you are subject to go back down the same path again. So you have to be constantly aware about it. It's not enough to read one time and understand one time and grasp one time, but repeatedly. So that is what these great masters guide us. So the Vivek, Vairagya, and you have to make a shield of these Vivek and Vairagya so that the worldly thing does not come and contaminate you again. It is like a nuclear material. It's very powerful. It can come out from anything. So you have to keep it in a lead container to keep it secure. Otherwise, it can come out anytime. And our vasanas are even subtle than these isotopes, radioisotopes. So radioisotope, which we use it for for diagnostic purpose and treatment in medical field, you keep it in a lead container till you want to use it for the proper use, because it can diffuse out anytime. Similarly, these old vasanas in our subconscious mind can diffuse out. Got it? So that is what it is. So, but one once becomes careful, understands this, and progresses and is the beneficiary. And now Maharshiji says in the 28th verse how to destroy those vasanas. Vasanas are non-germinated seeds in the subconscious mind. Then germinated these vasanas, they become our sanskaras and our desires and make us do the work. So our work is our karma results from these mature vasanas, and and the seeds are unmature dormant vasanas. So the process of destroying these obstacles or kleshas, which we learned, kleshas are obstacles, and vasanas are non-germinated obstacles. So kleshas are, we studied five kleshas. So avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesh. These five kleshas or obstacles that we face in our consciousness is the reason for our all actions. If we do not have those kleshas, we are free, yogi, totally, uh, totally peaceful. So kleshas are, we studied that. So that is avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesh. These five are kleshas. The way we destroyed the kleshas, the same way you destroy the sanskaras, same process. So, and what is the process? It's a vidya. Avidya is the reason for all these things. Avidya, what is avidya? Avidya means to take impermanent as permanent. Impermanent as permanent is avidya. Sat, you take asat as sat. You take happiness as sadness and sadness as happiness, because they both don't exist. So that is avidya. So avidya, so the treatment is vidya, knowledge. Avidya is I am this body, mind and intellect. That is avidya number one. I am not this body, mind and intellect, and I am pure soul. That is vidya. So when one gets established into this vidya, then he could care less. He doesn't care about his mind. He doesn't care about his human body. He doesn't care about his intellect. So if somebody says nasty thing, it doesn't matter. Somebody says good thing, it doesn't matter. If it is hot, it doesn't matter. If it is cold, it is not. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters to such yogi, because he has the knowledge. So avidya. So avidya is the reason, because we have avidya, that I am body, mind, intellect, and that's why somebody says something, my intellect is little disturbed and I am disturbed. If the suddenly air condition breaks down and if there is a hot weather or cold weather, I am disturbed. To a yogi, whether it is hot or cold, happiness or sadness, riches or poverty, success or failure, all these dvandas are gone. So all these mischief we are subject to is because of avidya. When you get vidya, that those all five kleshas go away. When you get that vidya, or your dormant seeds, because of the knowledge. So gnanena tu tad agnanam. Lord says that. Gnanena tu tad agnanam esam nasitam atmana. Tesham adityavat gnanam prakasayati tatparam. So, gnanena tu, that with this knowledge, gnanena tu, tad tu means because of that. Granena tu tad agnanam, this ignorance is destroyed. Granena tu tad agnanam, esam to those, esam nasitam atmana tesam aditya vatagnanam prakasayati tatparam. For him, the knowledge will blossom like a sun. Aditya means sun. Aditya vata gnanam prakasayati tatparam. ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितम् आत्मन तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परम. You have to do this 100 times and then it becomes yours. So Adityavata is like all these slokas, So, so that is the beauty of this, but that is the truth, So, so then you are free from raga, dvesha, abhinivesh. Abhinivesh means liking for this body, and and we are all crazy about this body. We don't want to leave this body, even if it is debilitated, even if it can't hear, can't do anything. We have so much of vinivesh, means liking for the body. That is because of our ignorance that this is forever. Whether you like it or not, it is going to disappear. When one who understands, for him it doesn't matter. So that's why Sant Kabira says, मरने से सब जग मरने से सारा जग डरे, मेरे मन आनंद, कब मरूं, कब मिलूं पूर्ण परमानंद. so, so Sant Kabira says, the death of which everybody is afraid of, for me, I'm waiting for it because I want to meet the ultimate truth or the creator. So that is they were all Unani self-realized. The next verse is Prasankhyaane. So the verse number 19 is Prasankhyaane api akusida sarvatha viveka khyatir dharma med samadhi. Now the samadhi and highest samadhi we are talking about, which is called dharma mega samadhi. What is that? Prasankhyaane. Prasankhyaane means the highest reward of all these exercise is dharma mega samadhi. Highest reward of whole 195 verses and all scriptures is that you get dharma mega samadhi, means established in a peace which is very special, but higher than samadhi, higher than this is called dharma mega samadhi. So we will see what this verse says, that prasankhyaane. Prasankhyaane means with special complete. Now prasankhyaane, that word is a complex word made up of three words. Pra means prakash, sam means complete, prasankhyaane means knowledge. Prasankhyaane means the total knowledge of something in entirety. Prasankhyaane, when you get this knowledge in entirety, prasankhyaane api, with that, akusidasya. Akusidasya means not wanting anything. Kusidasya and akusidasya means uh, be happy with the little whatever is essential, not wanting anything more than whatever is bare minimum. It's called kusidasya, api kusidasya. Prasankhyaane api akusidasya sarvatha means always. Viveka khatir means with this discriminating knowledge. Dharma Megha Samadhi, that's called Dharma Megha Samadhi. Dharma Megha Samadhi means with a complete entire knowledge in complete form, always you become something which is happy with bare minimum. And that is called Dharma Megha Samadhi, Akusida. So it is called Param Vairagya. You have a Vairagya of worldly things, then you have a Vairagya of even moksha. You don't care about moksha, you don't care about God realization even. when that feeling comes that you are beyond those things, you do not care about worldly things, you do not care about anything else, even realizing God or moksha, you do not care, you get moksha. You don't care about God realization, you get God realization. Example, like you want to get sleep and you want to sleep, that's your desire. And when that desire of sleep dies down, you get sleep. As long as you are wanting to get sleep, you don't get sleep. When that desire of getting sleep is gone, you get sleep. So that you get God realization. When that desire of God realization vanishes, you merges with God, like exactly like sleep. As long as you want to sleep, you are making effort, and then sleep happens on its own. Similarly, God realization happens on its own. That is called Dharma Megha Samadhi. Dharma Megha Samadhi. Dharma Megha Samadhi. Dharma means all virtuous qualities, all the goodies will shower on to a devotee like a stream of rain, and the devotee gets soaked with all the knowledge and all the goodies. That is called dharma megha samadhi. Means there is nothing more that he wants, or nothing more that he needs, and he's soaked with knowledge, he's soaked with completeness, and he becomes such a person that he becomes submissive, he becomes gentle, he becomes submissive to what? Submissive to the whole universe, not to anybody else, no, but to the whole universe. He's submissive. Means he is so realized that he's gentle, and he becomes a perfect gentleman. So gentleman is a common word. We think that you dress well, you become gentleman. One time, Swami Vivekananda was traveling here in America, and some American criticized him that look, you dress like this, with just a simple cloth. And in my country, see, we dress in the suit, boot, everything perfectly well, and be a gentleman. He says, no, sir. In your country, a tailor makes a gentleman. In my country, guru makes a gentleman. So that is the difference. And this is when you become gentleman, when you are with the dharma mega samadhi, you are gentle, you are fine, you are most tender, most loving, most useful to the universe. Then you are a gentleman. Otherwise, any fool can get a suit and so and dress up and like a gentleman, or talk polished language. That is not gentleman. No. So this is what the real meaning of dharma meg samadhi. Samadhi. So so the last verse for today is tata klesha karma nivrutti. Only four words. Tata means then. See, it is when you do this, that, you do this, that, one by one, we are progressing. Tata, when you have done all this, tata, klesha means all kleshas are gone, obstacles are gone, karma, all karmas are gone, tata, klesha, karma, nivrutti means retirement. Means you are eternally retired from these kleshas and karmas, and you are totally free. If you want to do it, you do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But these great yogis, they do it because they are sarvabhuti rata. They are the workers, they are the assistants of God. So they become a helper of God, and God feeds the divine desires in such yogis, and then they do the good work. As God feeds the desire, nobody else. God feeds the desire, and such masters, they do lot of work for the others. That is what Shankaracharya ji describes about who is a Santa. Santa Mahantu Nivasanti Santo. Who who is these kind of yogis or doers? Santa Mahas, they are quiet. Santa. Mahanto, great. Santa, Mahanto, Nivasanti Santo, means they roam around in the world. Santa, Mahanto, Nivasanti Santo, Vasanta Vat Hita Charanta. They come in your life like a spring comes in the life, no? So Vasanta Vat, like a spring, they bring joy. Vasanta Vat, Hita Charanta, for the welfare of the people. Hita Charanta. Tirana Swambhav Vivar means they have already crossed these ocean of troubles and turbulations. And they help others to go through these worldly things. So Santa Mahanto Nivasanti Santo Vasanta Vat Lokahita Charanta Tirna Swayam Bhima Bhavarana Anyan Api for others na ahetuna without expecting a ahetuna Anyan Api Tarayant, and he gives a hand to others to come out of this. That is called real gurus, real gnanis, real things. And Bhagwan Ramakrishna gives a very beautiful example that there was a garden, big garden of divinity, but you can't see it. There is a big wall. So you ascend the big wall. So the yogi who is trying, who wants to know that knowledge, what is that divine garden there? So he climbs and he sees the divinity and he's so impressed. Like we all learned, we are impressed, and he jumps inside and it goes and he merges with the garden, he says. The second yogi comes and he does the same thing. The third yogi climbs the wall and he says, no, 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 let me see these, all these my friends are there. So he says, come here, come here. I hold your hand, and they hold the hand and take them and show them the garden. Say, now you jump, you jump, you jump. So that is the Santa Mahanto. That's how Bhagavan Ramakrishna explains the purpose of yogis, and that's how he created Ramakrishna mission and Ramakrishna yogis, countless yogis, and like that. So that is verse number 38. So you do not have anything to do in left in the world. So now with the knowledge, yogi has separated out his consciousness, Atman, from his mind, intellect, and subtle body. This is called subtle body or causal body. So he has separated causal body, which is mind, intellect, and ego, and his soul, because these things will perpetuate further and go in the birth death cycle. But now he has separated his Atman, so he is called Jivan Mukta. Means even while in the life, he has separated his soul from his subtle or causal body, so that he is as good as only Atman and no more birth and death for him. The same thing was explained to Lord Rama by great yoga Vasistha. Means our Lord Rama, his guru, means everybody needs guru. So his guru Yoga Vasistha, because Bhagavan Rama in his when incarnation was not happy despite of being a prince, and he wanted to get higher knowledge. So you need, we in world we always need two kinds of a guru. One guru to teach us cardiology or worldly knowledge, and another guru to give you the divine knowledge. So Vishwamitra was Lord Rama's guru for the worldly things. So he taught him archery and everything. And Yoga Vasistha taught him about the what is the purpose of life, how he should conduct the life, that now he is a human being and loaded with responsibilities, and how he should do that, live his life. So he explains the same thing like we learned with 7 steps. So this is related. That's why I'm mentioning it for 5 minutes. So that is called Saptagnan Bhumika. Saptagnan Bhumika that the Yoga Vasistha explained to Lord Rama. So he says to Rama that start with Subhecha, have the good desire. Good desire means higher desire to realize who am I, what am I, what's the purpose of life, what should I do, how should I do, what is going to happen, all that. So have a subhecha, means desire to know this higher knowledge. Second thing he says that inquiry, start with inquiry. That inquiry means these all these higher questions for which you are seeking the answer. So he says inquiry, and he says travel in a four-wheeler. So inquiry, then the four wheels are inquiry, santosh, santosh, shanti, santosh, shanti is a four-wheeler. So you shanti, santosh, and satsang. So he tells Lord Rama that four-wheeled chariot you travel into, which is made up of inquiry, then santosh, shanti means equanimity of mind, santosh, shanti, satsang, and inquiry. These four-wheel you you travel always and get established in that while conducting your life journey. So that is vichana. When you do that, what will happen? Tanu manasa. So then the third stage will be your mind will be thinned out. Means all the mind's capacity to distract you here and there will diminish, and the mind will have no grip over you. So that is called tanu manasa. Means the mind is going to be your servant, not your master. And when that happens, now the great change will happen, Rama, and that is sattva sattvapati, means sattva utpatti, means you will be established in truth, sattva. So that is called sattvapati. And when you are established in truth, what will happen? That you will have a detachment to the world, asam sakti. Then you will have means you will become a witness, asam sakti. When that happens, you get a padartha bhavana, means every object you will be able to see the way it is, and you will be able to see as a manifest form of Brahman. So that is called padartha bhavana, because each thing is made up of manifest Brahman, which is Sattva, Rajas, Tama, which is a Panchamabuddha, and different forms, Akaram, Anrutam Vidhi, whatever has taken as Akara, they are all false. So you will be able to see the truth. So if it is a false, then what is the truth? The truth is Brahman. So you will be able to see Brahman in everything. So Padartha Bhavana. And when you have that, that will take you to Turiya. Turiya means existence into your Atman alone. The same thing which we learned in to Astanga Yoga with Narsiji was explained to Rama, Bhagavan Rama by Yoga Vasistha, and Lord Rama put those teachings into action for whole life. And despite of his difficult life, extreme difficulties, he was Param, Param Purveshwara. Every difficulty and everything he could handle it. So that is what it is. We have still 5 more sutras, 4 more sutras, which we'll do it next time. And that ends the Patanjali YogSutra. So any question, you can ask a question. And I hope you enjoyed, and you keep reading and keep listening to these talks again and again. Thank you.
No,
You take
I
it.
think it's a profound effect, in that Vivek Buddhi, the discriminating power, how it leads you to Kevalyam. that is very important, that you got to have that vivek, that discriminating power.
Yes,
And as you said, that more you get, you become more humble. And the
yes,
last thing you mentioned about reaching from Sapta Gnana Bhumika, the
yes,
last stage is a Turiyam, which
yes,
I remember from earlier class,
yes.
that BMI and consciousness. And after that, what is the fourth stage they were saying is a Turiyam, which is the real truth of
Means,
Brahman.
means you fold your hand and you say, I don't want anything, I don't need anything, I am complete for real, not only just for
Hmm.
sake of saying, or saying at the level of mind. You from your bottom of your mind heart, you say that, yeah, okay, leave me alone. No, that's what it is.
Excellent. Anyone has any
So
question?
please ask question, no, because if there are no question, that means we are all enlightened, we are fine, and then the only thing I found useful is to keep repeating it, and same words you repeat it 50 times, it becomes yours, like Ashok ji is doing this Gita Spanda, that each sloka, if you do it 30 times, 50 times, it becomes yours.
Yeah. So I wanted to say that I really appreciate that Ashokji is doing what he's doing, because even when you miss a class, when you re-listen to the video, and even if you attend the class, you end up listening to that video again, because it's just impossible to grasp everything at this in this one 50-minute session or whatever
Yes,
it is.
yes,
So it helps a lot the way he puts up the shlokas, and the captions and everything. It's very, very, very helpful. So I really appreciate that.
yes.
It seems when you're when you think you want to put your ego aside, that is, I think, the one of the first steps, like we were saying. With some people you can put your ego aside, but with some other people you cannot put your ego aside. How do you get over that, the basic challenge of that?
You put your ego aside, irrespective of what person you are facing. You could care less, it's a nasty person or a good person. It doesn't matter to you, Ego means it's a phony identification with your our body, mind, and intellect. If somebody is very nice to you, you enjoy that. If somebody is very nasty, you ignore him and you stay away from him. There are ways to react to people. Good people, you rejoice their goodness and rejoice their happiness. Bad people, you become compassionate, and nasty people, you become indifferent to them. That's what. Next time we will do four sutras. Then we will go over all 195, and I will select those which I want to memorize myself. I memorize many of them, and then we memorize those, and then we will summarize so that we know everything at one time. So we will do one class with important sutras and memorize them. So that your reaction to outside world, to others, will change. But see, that also comes in one of the sutras, no? As in Patanjali, that how you deal with the worldly people. There are four kinds of people, so four kinds of reactions we have to do it. That is the dukhi, how you react to them with compassion. Sukhi, you don't become jealous about him. If somebody is a millionaire, you don't feel jealous. You rejoice that, okay, God is very kind to him. He's happy. I'm glad for you. We say that. But if we say that with our heart, then we are done. So I'm very glad for you. If somebody gets a diploma or promotion, we are really glad for it. That's how it. If somebody is very nasty, then God says that, yeah, okay, God bless you, and your is different, so you stay away from that. So, so those sutras we will memorize. Those sutras which tell this, so that they become part of us. So, and do not I do not deal with anybody anything except the scriptural statements. So sutras, it has to be sloka from Bhaj Govindam or from great masters or Gita or Rama or something. but not my opinion, not your opinion, not anybody else's opinion. Human opinion, no. The divine opinion, and that becomes your guiding principle. Any other question? There are a lot of there's new people joined. Rakshit ji, how are you? Rakshit
Atul
ji
ji,
is joined today.
Namaskar Maharaj. It was
Ah,
amazing. What I really loved is how you took from how you shared about why going from Vivek to Vairagya. That was amazing. Negating everything like I'm not this, I'm not intellect, I'm not this pleasures, I'm not this pain. Negating everything and becoming that oneness with God, the yoga. That was really amazing. And I was also taking that into like when we are getting problems, the problems are not coming to me, but they are going away from me. They're coming to go away. So that is also like temporary nature. That everything that is
yes,
all the challenges that is coming,
yeah,
they're all not coming, but they're going.
yes,
So the goingness is temporary nature, not comingness.
yes.
Uh, so that is what I apply. And so what do we do with for example, we want to enjoy the world also. We want to be like happy, enjoy all the things that are available to us.
Enjoy. God doesn't
You
say
know,
don't enjoy. There is a very nice sloka. So, matra sparsastu konteya. He tells Arjuna that senses and sense object will interact. These happenings will happen. Matra sparsastu konteya sitoshana sukh dukkha. It will give you happiness, cold, heat, all those. Sukh dukkha, happiness. Agma painyo anitya. They are of the nature of coming and going. Agma painyo anitya. Tan titikshasva bharat. So that you put up with it. Put up with goodness. Put up with bad happenings. You put up with it. It is a good happening is not forever, and bad happening is not forever. They are like a river. They by. You are a breeze. You are just watching that. So, matra sparsastu konteya sitoshna sukha dukkha agma painyo nitya tantitik bharata. So he says, therefore you bear it, Arjuna. Don't react and don't be sad or don't be arrogant if something good happens. No? Or don't be distracted and dismantled if something bad happens. No? Because these things will come and go. They are of the nature of coming and going. So that's Lord Krishna's teaching. As soon as he starts sermon, he starts with that. So you are
so
very
beautiful.
right.
Beautiful. We can enjoy the world, but not be in that enjoyment as like attachment.
Yes, no, that is that's not. It's I mean, see, problem only comes when you establish the ownership that I want to be happy only and not sad. So no, no, sorry, that will not happen. No? न नित्यं लभते सुखम न नित्यं लभते दुःखम लोभम हित्वा सुखी भवेत्. One of our subhasitani. Nobody is ever going to be happy. Na nityam labhate sukham. No one is going to get sukha all the time. Na nityam labhate dukkham. Nobody is getting dukha. So what do you have to do? Lobham. Get rid of this greed. Lobham hitva sukhi bhavet. If you kill your greed, you are a happy man. Got it?
uh,
Where are you?
when when you are behaving like ignoring those people who are nasty, right?
Yeah.
And behave normal with those who are good or bad, in short. So have you overcome of that guilt that I differentiate and I did not behave the same way how I behave good to others?
No. See,
You still
you
feel
no,
guilty
no. God
that I
says
ignore.
God explains that. No, so God explains that we are all made up of different components. Okay, so we have sattva, rajas, tamas. Some people are loaded with tamas. Some people have taken the stand. Some people want to be nasty, and they are manifestation of being tamas, total tamas. So they will act in that very vicious, evil way. So you cannot change people. You can only do change yourself by looking at you. Maybe others will learn something from you, but you do not become a guru to everybody. So there is nothing. If somebody is interested, somebody has some desire to know or seek help, then only you can train them or contribute towards them. But otherwise, you cannot. If somebody is a school dropout, the base teachers cannot go after him and train him. No? So that knowledge is also important for us. It's not ignoring them or becoming a callous about them, no, but knowing the truth that yes, we are all different. The tiger is tiger and deer is deer. They are differently made and they will behave differently. Similarly, pit bull is a pit bull and guard dog is a guard dog. So they are made differently. So we cannot take a pit bull and say, okay, I want to play with you. No, it will not work. You cannot take a pit bull and submit your children to play with that. They will kill. The pit bull will shatter them. So because that is the inherent way it is made up like that. That's why poison is poison and nectar is nectar. So that knowledge is necessary. Fire
Thank
is
you.
fire, but you use the fire in the right way, it will help you.
So you should not feel guilty about it.
No, why should you feel guilty?
No,
Your
that we
knowledge,
differentiate. Sometimes we feel that the nasty people.
differentiation is necessary, is a component. That is your intellect. You are using your intellect to use your talent and resources in the right way. It is not. But if somebody has some interest or then you are all available to them so that you are not differentiating anyone.
That's true.
So our lower self and higher self. Okay, we think and act as if we are higher self. Make decision. Now our body has to act on it. Right? Our body mind has to go and do the activities, example, right?
Yeah.
How do we take that higher self decision and go and do the karma or action? How do we connect both of them?
Yes. So once you know that this karma is worthwhile doing it, then once you have the knowledge, true knowledge, then you will make the right choice of doing that karma. Because such a yogi has mind, his own desires are subdued, are sublimated. So he is not driven by his vasana-jenic mind. Means he has no personal desires left. When this idea or something good karma comes or good option comes, he will select that and he will act on that. So he will use his time for that, he will use his talent for that, he will use money for that, for a good cause. And then good karma becomes a reality. Means if you are done with your own vasanas, then still, but you have to live life and you have a body, mind, intellect, and resources and these various options. So if there is a good karma comes across, you say, okay, I want to do this. It's like we are doing now. No, so that okay. Nobody forced me to do these classes. Nobody forced you to attend these classes. But you got interested, I got interested, and we are doing it. We think that this is a good activity, worthwhile activity. So I spend as much time as necessary, and you all contribute this and read about it. So that is good karma. So the good karma happened.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of going to Atlantic City and for gambling or something, we decided to do these activities. So the good karma resulted. If you go by, hey, okay, I have a desire now to go to Bahamas. There is nothing wrong with it, but then you will end up in Bahama. No, that's what it is.
Yeah. I was reading a book, modern day book, early 1900. This lady says, do a practice for 7 days. Don't use I, me, my, those words and communicate.
Yes,
So, so those are good ways we can cultivate that I-ness is gone, right? The
yes.
ego part is gone.
Yeah, but see, we went through these Patanjali Yoga Sutras.
Yeah.
This is the highest thing that can happen to us,
Yeah.
which analyzes the mind from step 1 to step 195th. If we follow that, then now you have a methodical way of attaining and understanding the workings of mind,
Yeah.
so that everything is known to you, no? So you pick up the good qualities of the mind, powerful qualities of mind, and subdue the poor qualities of mind, so that you are at an advantage,
Mm,
What is
I don't
here?
know. So let me think. I don't have questions, but I think there were several comments and questions about how to deal with difficult, like other people who have an ego or a difficult kind of a situation. So, I mean, I just had some thoughts. I think some of the things that you said, obviously, like you have to keep practicing, you have to do that. Um, but like, I was reminded of something I read and listened to in Tibetan Buddhism. So the few things that they say is like everything is impermanent. So
yes.
like we think it's solid and all permanent right now, it's always going to be like this. That is not true. So if we in a difficult situation, if we recognize that, that's that's something that will make the situation feel easier to deal with.
That's
And
true.
then the other thing they talk about is developing immeasurable love. So, and the way they do it is by thinking that every human being has been their mother in some lifetime or the other. So
Hmm.
they talk about like all mother sentient beings. So like, when you see the other, you can think about people in with that bhav, you know,
Yes,
so that was the second thing. And then Sakshi Bhav, right? If
yes,
you put
Yeah.
yourself in a Sakshi Bhav each and every moment, then you're just an observer. So then,
yes.
it becomes easier to deal with.
That's
And then
true.
there was another video, I couldn't find it, that Ashok ji had posted once. And if I don't know if Ashok ji is still on,
Yeah,
but
yeah, he is.
so one of the things I think it was chapter 8 of Gita, I can't remember which verse, and he talked about, like, when you have God as the sun before you, like everything else that shows up in your life is like nothing, right? So if you keep remembering that you are God, or God is like the sun with its light, everything else is like nothing really.
That's true. That's
And
true.
if I find that video, I'll send it, or Ashok ji can maybe tell us which one it is and post it in the
Yeah.
chat. That might be helpful.
That's living life with a God consciousness. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
that awareness about God is always there in the back of your mind, no?
yeah,
So that you're not living worldly life, you are living godly life now.
yeah.
So that does happen. I welcome all of you, and I hope you all enjoyed, and ask any question if you have. Not this time, then next time. Next time we will do the remaining four verses, and everything must become clear. And if it becomes clear and our intellect absorbs it, you are likely to use it and put it in practice. And then repeatedly doing it, you will become beneficiary.
Thank you very much.
Yes, very welcome, very welcome.
Dr. Chokshi,
Yes.
what are we doing next?
Yeah. So
Speak.
first, let's So I will next time is four slokas of, I mean, four verses of this one. Then one class for summarizing the whole Patanjali YogSutra, and then you can ask questions because the doubt has to go away. Our doubt is the resistance. So when the doubts are gone, then everything becomes yours. So the doubt is the faculty which does not let us absorb these divine scriptures and divine knowledge. So when the doubt is gone, we are like a sponge, and we will absorb everything. And
Doubt will go away with the knowledge.
the doubt will go away with the knowledge. That
That's
is
right.
doubt. Doubt
Yeah.
is the product of your ignorance.
And the more you do your sadhana,
Yes.
you could feel the energy of other people around you. They're
Yes.
either vicious or they're violent or they're very calm. And so that's how I get my messages,
Yes.
by
But
feeling
but
the
but
energy of the other person.
yes, no, but then
And then
you are
silence.
connected with God, you are connected with divinity, with God
Yeah.
consciousness. So you do not connect with the other
Right.
nasty people or good people, because you found the main source of divinity. So why would you go in the world and look for something from different
Right.
people? People are
You bypass them.
Yeah, people are just manifest Brahman. They are all manifest Brahman. And once you get this knowledge, you will see everything as Brahman. A dog comes, I don't see as a dog. First I say, oh God, such a beautiful dog.
That's right.
First word comes out of God. What are the eyes of the dog? What the beauty of the dog? What is the see the tenderness? So you instead of seeing a dog or a rabbit, you see God everywhere, no? And once that consciousness comes, you cannot harm that dog, or you cannot slaughter those animals. So you are far from that, so that you see divinity. So you handle people with that divine knowledge, so that all the negative things disappear from you, not from you, but you do not like the people having those negative things. So you become most humble and most grateful. So somebody is not grateful to another person, it will hurt you.
Om Purnamidam Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnas Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a great lecture, Atul Bhaiya, as usual. Thank you.